even touched it once. And this game, I would say your biggest downside, or like the thing you did the worst at, was is something you're not able to do until you learn what I'm talking about. And what I'm talking about is tracking. We've never talked
Yeah.
about tracking before. This game was a perfect example of you having no concept of clue of how to track, which is fine. You're new to the role. You're not. How are you supposed to know how to do these things, right? We haven't talked about them at all. As I'm your coach, and we haven't talked about it at all. Because in my head, that's like there's like different steps learning the game. Obviously, step one is literally just don't run it down. That's literally step one. Once you've mastered
Yeah.
step one, then you go step two, which is tracking the enemy jungler and information, right? And then step three is once you master that, tracking, gathering information. Gathering information is also looking at the mini map, right? Once we
Yeah.
mastered that, then we go to step three, which is a combination of both, which is where we're not inting and we're forcing plays based off information we're gathering. Because we don't want to just force plays. For example, we don't want to just like blindly gank top. If we're not tracking and the enemy jungle shows up and counter gank system, we just die, we get wiped, right? So step
Yeah.
three is not inting, information tracking, and then forcing plays based off of our information, right?
Okay.
So I think this game to me proved that you've already got step one in the bag. Um, you're not inting, right? And it sounds funny, but again, like to be like, oh, nice, not inting is a good thing. But I'm telling you right now, in Challenger, most players are inting. Um,
Yeah.
that's like a so not inting is already like a big jump, especially when you're learning a role. People usually just perma int. So boom, and maybe you do in other games, but in this game, I thought you did this well. Nice disciplined game,
Nice.
camps, base, camps, right? Now step two is tracking, which is I think going to be the focus of this session. Okay, so
Okay.
anyway, does that all make sense before I move on?
Yeah. No, it does.
Okay, so we're full clearing. I'm not gonna talk about the clear that much. You can look at it yourself. We're full clearing, full clearing, full clearing. Anytime, and then once we full clear here, again, while we're clearing our camp, we're looking at the mini map.
Oh, what was my time, by the way?
Um, 324. A little. Oh, that reminds me. Actually, the one thing I will say about the clear is, like 99% of games you can, you want to just do wolves into Gromp. There's no, like you want to do wolves and then Gromp. If you're clearing upwards here, you want to do wolves, Gromp, then blue. When you're clearing downward, when you're clearing upwards, you want to do raptors, Krugs, then red. When you're clearing downward
Okay.
here, you do raptors, Krugs, then red. You always want to do
Red last
the
or
buff
red?
last. So
Yeah.
red
Okay.
last, blue last, whatever thing you're doing if you can. When you're playing a full clear jungler. Okay.
Wait, why is that though?
I'll instead of explaining it to you, I'll just show you. It'll be easier in a minute from now.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
I'll show you
Okay.
in a minute from now. It'll be really simple. But anyways, while we're full clearing, again, ice field on the mini map. While we're doing Gromp, we notice Zed is top lane right now. Or now. Okay, so once we notice Zed stop, I know you don't notice me yet. You'll notice when you. I assume you'll notice when you get. Okay, Zed is slaying the enemy. Now you should notice, right? Oh, like if you're not
Yeah.
noticing. So now first thing you do, press tab, CSCS. If he has 24 CS, that means he's full cleared. That means he did while you did this, he did this. Red, Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, Blue, Gromp, top gank, right? So you guys are mirrored.
Yeah.
What does this mean? That means when your Krugs respawn, his Krugs respawn. When your Raptors respawn, your Raptors respawn. When your Wolves respawn, his Wolves. Your Gromp, his Gromp. Right? Because you guys did the exact same clear, just opposite directions, okay?
Yeah.
So this is important to know. Now you're on bot crab. Now he's on his top crab. You guys are completely. This is called mirrored. You guys are completely mirrored path, right?
Yeah.
So you do this crab. You insta base. Beautiful. Now you're running towards.
Like grabs, I think.
Yeah, I forget. Did you buy it? Pot? No, you didn't. Good. Now wait. How much money did you have? 950. Okay, yeah. So now you boom. You're running towards. Funny. Okay, so now you're running towards your Krugs. You do your Krugs on spawn. And again, if we're track now again, you should always be tracking when you're playing jungle. So we just killed Krugs. If I'm on Krugs here, I do a little caution ping on Krugs because we know if we just fit, if both our Krugs spawn at the same time. So if I just finish my
Yeah.
Krugs, he just finished his Krugs, right? Now we're going on
Mm-hmm.
on Raptors. So now I'm on Raptors. Um, I just finished Raptors. If I just finish Raptors, he should be finishing his Raptors, right? Also
Yeah.
put into the equation that Zed clears faster than you. You know this because he ganked top while you were still on Gromp. So A, he clears faster than you. B, he also got a kill. So instead of you have double longsword, he either has triple longsword or he just has straight up Dirk because he had extra gold. So not only does this champion simply clear faster than your champion, but he also has item advantage. So he double clears faster. So normally when we're finishing Raptors right now, he'd be finishing Raptors as well. Because of A and
Yeah.
B, we know he probably finished Raptors maybe like 3 to 5 seconds ago, right? So what
Hmm.
does that mean? Only has two options, either three options technically. Either A, he's already on his wolves, like here you're 6 seconds from wolves, but he's already on his wolves. A, B, after Rapt he has a timer where now he could do Raptors to bot gank, or C, he could do Raptors to wolf invade. Only has three human options, right? Um, but anyways, your eyes should be glued here, because and you should be also danger pinging here, because you know he has to have finished his Raptors in the last like 2-3 seconds, right? If we
Yeah.
are staring there, which we should be, because this doesn't take much effort to look at, right? Then we see Zed right now. First of all, we spam danger ping. We see Zed, and then second of all, we see Zed. First of all, we pan our camera and look, and we look and we think to ourselves, can we make it in time to this fight? Because it looks like if we look at it right now, it looks like there's a huge fight going on, right?
Yeah.
So while you're finishing, not now, even now it's too late. But while you're finishing Raptor, actually now it's still fine, but preferably 2 seconds ago, we look, we see, can we make it to the fight? Answer is yes. Run to the fight, right? Run here. And the answer is
Yep.
no, and we don't think we'll make it in time. Then run to his
Just
wolves.
do wolves.
Right? No,
Oh,
his
okay.
wolves.
Run to his wolves.
Because we know his wolves are up. Because if my wolves are up,
Oh.
if my wolves are up,
Oh.
so are his wolves, correct?
That's massive.
And if my Grom spawning in 20 seconds, his Grom spawning too. So if he wants to go bot and get one kill, but I get two of his camps for that, I'll take that any day of the week, right? Again, we're only doing
Yeah.
this if we can't make it in time. If we can make it in time, we'll go and either try to kill him or we'll go and try to save our teammates. But if we can't make it in time and we don't take his camps, then we're not getting anything. He's still getting his camps eventually because he'll do this, then he'll base. So we're not getting a camp lead because he'll still kill them, and we're falling behind in map presence because he's ganking and we haven't and we aren't ganking, right? So the only thing we don't want to do here is kind of what you did, is go to wolves, right?
Yeah.
Because we have a clear guaranteed advantage. Like there's nothing he can do if we go to his wolves, right? There's no way he's gonna teleport from bot to top.
Hmm.
And then funny enough, it's fine. It's fine. You did this. It's still not terrible or anything. It's never bad to just be AFK farming because we're not losing to ourselves. So this is still not bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, and now here two things here. So this is why we always do wolves and then gromp, and this is why we do, because when you
I
do
have nothing to
wolves,
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
camps spawn every 2 minutes and 15 seconds after you kill them, right?
Hmm.
So when you kill wolves, then you kill gromp, the gromp will spawn. If you kill wolves at 4 minutes, it respawns at 6:15, and then if you kill the gromp at 4 minutes 5
410.
seconds, yeah, let's say
Oh yeah.
4:10. Yeah,
Okay.
that's same thing. You get the idea. 4:10, then they will spawn at 6 minutes 25 seconds, right? Um,
And then yeah, then I don't have
but
anything
but
to
if
do.
we
But since I
kill
did blue
but if we
first,
kill blue at 4:10,
yeah,
and then we kill, that means then we'll kill gromp at 4:20, then our thing is spawning at 6:35, and now
that's 10 seconds.
we're just, and look, look now. If you look at this, look at you. You're just one. You're just sitting here. You got nothing to do. You're just sitting. You're just literally 10 seconds just waiting for a camp to spawn. This feels terrible, right? But if we do
Yeah.
wolves and then gromp, your gromp spawns 10 to 15 seconds faster, and you'll be hitting it this entire time, right? So that's why and you'll only folklore junglers do this. If you're like a spam ganker, then you'll just do wolves blue gromp, because the chances are you're not even waiting for your gromp to spawn because you're too busy ganking. And then while the camp spawns, and then after you're ganking, then you'll show up to the camp, right? But full clears, they just want
So
to do full clear into full clear into full clear, so we want our camps to spawn as fast as possible, right?
yeah, okay. Question.
hmm
Uh, so for Lilia and Jinzhao, because those are also gonna be two champs I'm gonna
hmm
be playing. What is Lilia? Is she a full player
She's
or
a, she's
a?
she's a full clear. So
Okay,
Graves and Lilia
and
would both do this. Xin Zhao is
in between?
in between. I'd say Zenzao is more of a fighter ganker. So if you want to do Wolves Blue Gromp on him, I think that's fine. But on Graves and Lilia,
Okay.
I insist that you do Wolves Gromp and you do Raptors and
Okay.
Krugs. Make sense? Now,
Yeah, yeah,
second
that
thing
does.
here that I want to talk about is, again, so back going to the tracking. So we know that his Raptors and Krugs are dead, and his Wolves and Gromp are up, correct? Or at least, again,
Yeah.
if we're looking back on now, we should very easily know this information, right? So
Yeah.
Zed just getting bot. So he has two options. Option A, recall, run to Wolves Gromp, correct?
Yeah.
Option B is just run to Wolves and Gromp. There's nothing else he can
Okay.
do, right? Agreed?
Yeah.
So what does this mean? We know 10 seconds from now, he will be on his wolf camp, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So why can't we just start Dragon? He's going to be across the map,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
right? And what
Yeah.
happens here is, let's say he's on Wolf, and he actually, let's say there's, let's say there's actually a ward on Dragon, and there's only
Okay.
two scenarios. Option A, he just does wolves to Gromp, he doesn't come, and now you're getting a free Dragon. Option B, he's
Okay.
on Wolves, he notices you're on Dragon, and then he just skips his Gromp and comes to the Dragon.
Okay.
Um, in option A, it's a dub because he doesn't come, you're getting free Dragon. Option B, he comes when we see him. If you feel confident in the fight, just take the fight. If you don't feel confident, just reset the Dragon, just leave.
Yeah.
And now you got to kill all six camps, but you forced him to skip a camp, so you're still up in the exchange. So you're
Mm-hmm.
guaranteed a win here. You're either guaranteed a free Dragon if he doesn't come, and if he does come, you just get off the Dragon, and now he skipped his camps to come stop you. So he skipped his camps and you didn't. So again, you have a guaranteed advantage.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Because even now, I would say start Dragon right now instead of waiting for because if your Grump was up, I would say do Grump. But since your Grump's down because of your pathing mistake, I would say just start the Dragon now, right? Because we're just 12 seconds, we're just walking around, right? But even now, even after you wait for Grump to spawn and you kill Grump, again, right now, I guarantee you every dollar in my bank account, he's on his wolves right now. If anything, he probably just finished wolves and now he's walking to his Grump, right?
Yeah.
So right now, there's no reason why we can't just start Dragon right now. If we're tracking properly, we know the jungler is across the map. A,
Yeah.
and we also, because earlier you actually cleared the tribush this vision, and you have another sweeper, so you can sweep pit just to guarantee they have no more vision on you, so they won't even know that you're on it.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where, let's say you had your top camps up, then we could argue, oh, maybe it's bad to pull Dragon because if we do Dragon and he takes our top camps, it's not even that good for us. But in this case, your top camps are down for 40
Right
seconds, so you
down.
could
Yeah.
you could do Dragon and you'll still be in time for your top camp. So there's literally zero downside, right? If anything, it sucks
Yeah.
here because you base and you start running to your buff, and now your camp's not even up yet. So now the same way how we waited 10 seconds for our Grump to spawn, now we're forced to wait 10 seconds for our red to spawn, right?
Yeah.
Um, so see how like so far this game nothing's happened, but there's been two different times we could have gotten a major advantage just off tracking. Option first time was we could have taken his wolves and his gromp if we noticed when
Yeah.
it. And option second time was we could have got a free dragon. And both in early game, getting a free dragon is a really big deal. Early game, getting two camps is a really big deal. Because also you have to understand, two camps isn't two camps. Two camps is four camps. Because you're also taking two
Yeah.
camps away from him. Four camps is 400 gold. That's
Yeah.
he's gonna
A
kill
lot. That's
top. He's gonna
yeah.
kill bot. That's more than the kill he's already gotten, right? Not
Yeah.
even that's not even considering the XP. Um, in this
Um.
case, look at he's level 6, you're level 5. Those
Yeah.
two camps advantage would be you're the one level 6 and he's the one that has to be level 5. And now this fight would
Yeah.
be guaranteed. I'm pretty sure you still won this fight, but it wasn't really off of your own like actions. I think
No, it
Talon
was.
Talon played this pretty well, right? But if we're level 6 and he's level 5, then this fight would be like guaranteed based off your own strength, not hoping that your Talon played well or hoping that your Balian played well. You know?
Yeah.
Does this all make sense?
Um. Yeah. No, it does. I have two questions.
Hmm.
Number one. I mean, we can talk about this at the end. What if you don't have What if like your jungling is not mirrored? Like you both start on red and blue. Like they're west and you're north.
Hmm.
Um. What do you do then? Yeah.
Actually, technically, okay, sorry. Technically, that's considered mirroring. What's this one called? Because technically,
Well,
that's
mirroring's like the opposite. I think mirroring's technically the
technically
opposite.
mirroring is
Like
like
good.
I forget the terminology. The terminology doesn't matter. I know what you mean. Let's say you're both. So let's say you pat down this game and he pat down too. Well then,
Yeah.
in which aspect are you asking? Like for the dragon or for are you saying like for the
Stealing as camps or something like that. Like, would it still work the same or no? Because like, I mean,
no? I
we're
mean again, it matters because in this scenario, because it has to be in jungle. You have to be very specific in the scenario you're examining. Because for example, in this,
yeah.
I was saying steal his camps here because you see him ganking bot, right? And you know
Hmm.
his top camps are down. If we were to use this as an example, and we're saying we both cleared down, so right now you'd be here and he'd be here, and he
Yeah.
just cleared his top camps, that means there's no way he's ganking bot. So to compare it would be if you're here, we'd be saying that he's ganking. He just killed top lane because we'd be saying that he did Gromp Wolves, and
Yeah.
then he went and ganked top lane, and in that way, then you'd go take his Raptors and his Krugs.
Okay.
Because there's no, you see how there's no human way that if you're both clearing down, that he cleared his top camps and he ganked bot already. If you're already here, Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so in that case, the to compare it would be him doing you did this, and he would do this, and now you just do this instead, which is just mirroring the other example, you know?
Okay, okay.
And what's your second
Um,
question?
my second question is, so for whenever my first level, okay, I basically do, I mean, red or whatever buff I start on, I do the buff.
Hmm.
Then I do either Krugs or I do Grump, and then I do Wolves,
Hmm.
or then I do Raptors. But once I get to the second part of the jungle, like you were saying, I do Wolves or Raptors into Krugs or
Yeah, Wolves
Wolves
Gromp,
into
Wolves
Grump.
Gromp blue, Raptors Krugs red.
So buff first and then buff six.
Yeah,
You got me?
yeah. So it'd be
Okay.
camp. Yeah, it's always buff last. So it'd be Wolves Gromp blue, Wolves Gromp blue, Raptors Krugs red, Raptors Krugs red.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Just wanted to make sure.
yeah. Um. Okay. And then we're going here, here, yeah, here. So another thing about jungle is this is like a rule of thumb. Um, anytime objectives are the most OP thing in League of Legends. Anytime an objective is free, we do it no matter what, basically.
Yeah.
As a rule of thumb, there are some exceptions, but I think we'll just we'll do exception. Talk about exceptions when they come up. We won't talk about them beforehand. In this case, their
Okay.
mid laner's dead, their jungle is dead. You're full HP. You have two smites up. Your bot lane's full HP. There is nothing on earth that can stop you from doing dragon. You see,
Yeah.
top laner can't stop you, jungle can't stop you, mid can't stop you. Their ball lane comes to stop you. You guys will kill them 2v3 because there's three of you, all full HP, and there's two of them, so there's impossible that you lose a 2v3. There's you can run the scenario 1,000 times. 1% chance out of 1,000 games that their bot lane comes and somehow outplays 2v3 or something, something crazy. So here I had to, again, I don't like talking much because I want to see you make your mistakes, but this here I couldn't stomach it. If I didn't see you go to dragon here, I would have lost my mind. So in this case, we just do dragon. Make sense?
Okay, yeah. I understand. I
Yeah.
understand. And I realized this in the middle of the game too that I kept running away from objectives when they were free.
Hmm. Like it's completely understandable. I always say this. I coach so much. I say it every day. That I only want people to pull objectives based off a very clear advantage. Because a lot of times I keep saying objectives are OP, and I say this so much that I see people just starting them randomly, and then they die. And I'm like, no, objectives are OP, but we can't. But we only they're so OP that when we're doing them, they have to be guaranteed. We don't want to do it when we're like weaker, and then enemy team just comes and kills us and takes it or steals it, right? So when we're doing
Yeah.
objectives, it has to be off a clear advantage. The six advantages are level, so you're level 6, he's level 5, you're stronger. Items, you're one item, he's half an item, or you're two items, he's one item, right? So it's level,
Yeah.
it's items. Items is another word for gold, by the way, because gold equals item. So level is
Yeah.
another word for XP. So XP, gold, um, 3 is HP. You could be 0 and 4. An enemy could be 5-0, but you're full HP and he's 10% HP. His items and XP don't matter. You'll beat him, right? So HP. So
Yeah.
this is considered conditions, right?
Okay.
4 is ults, right?
Summoners in two.
Yes,
Summoners.
ults, which is like again, he could be 0-4, you're 5-0, but if you have ult and he doesn't, you might still be stronger. Some champs are really
Yeah.
ult dependent. So if he's playing a Mumu, he's very ult dependent, right? He has no ult, even if he has stronger items, it doesn't matter. You're probably stronger. 5 is summoners, so you can tracking. If all four of you guys have flash, you have flash, Town has flash, Ezreal, Xerath, and all four of them have no flash. Even if you guys are weaker, summoners are a really big part of fights. So sums.
Yeah.
And the sixth one and the most important, so probably you could probably flip it, but 6 is the most important and the easiest to spot because sometimes it's hard to evaluate HP and sometimes it's hard to evaluate which items are worth more gold. The
Is that?
easiest and biggest one to spot is without a doubt number advantage. So in this case I have 3 people here, they only have
And
two
they have
people
two.
here. Number advantage is the easiest and most consistent way to identify when you have an advantage and when you should pull a dragon. So in this case, we have number advantage. Super simple. I have more enemies than they do. I will do the dragon no matter what. Right? Make
Yeah.
sense? So, but it's very clear that if you don't have any of there's 6 different things you could have. If you don't have any of those 6, don't pull the objective. Right? Um, because if they come and you don't have any of these advantages, it's a completely flip fight and we don't want to take flips. We want 51 percenters, 52 percenters. Flip is coin flip is a 50-50, right? So if you have zero
Yeah.
advantages, that is the definition of a coin flip. You just hope it goes well, right? Make
Yeah.
sense? So in this case, this is completely free, so we're always going to do it. So this case, you actually did this properly, but you had no idea this was proper. So
Yeah, I did not know it.
so I'll do Rifkit for this. This is where to go kind of going to go into the theory segment of today. Um, so you can see my screen, right?
Yep, I
Okay.
can.
So the very, 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 very basic of cycling camps is the straight lines. What do I mean by that? That's blue, grump, wolves, raptors, red krugs. That's the, grump, blue, wolves, raptors, red krugs. It's the krugs, red, raptors, just the straight line. Boom,
Yeah.
boom, right? Um, Now there's the subcategories of that, which is just the half quadrant. So when you're cycling camps, you want to do, you know, red raptors, krugs, or I guess, or not even don't even think about it. It's just Krugs Raptors want to be cycled. Blue Grump, I mean, sorry, Grump Wolf cycled. Raptors Krug cycled. Grump Wolf cycled. These are like it's fine to do Krugs Raptors into gank, because then when we'll recall, then we could do Grump Wolves, and then by then our Raptors are back up, and now we're cycling our Raptors and Krugs again, right? It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine to do same logic before. It's fine to do Wolves Grump top gank and then base, and then boom, same thing, right? So there's a straight line, and then more specifically, there's just always do like that's why we do wolves into gromp instead of doing wolves blue gromp. Because a lot of times, let's say you're doing this also gives you flexibility. Because let's say you're level 3, right, and you do
Okay.
wolves into blue, and then as you're on blue, you notice, oh shit, bot lane's fighting, and you go to this fight and you have to go because like if you don't go, you're trolling, right? And then you base.
Yeah.
Now it sucks because
My
your
grump is
wolves and
screwed
your
up.
gromp are not cycled. This guy's gonna be level 1 when
Yeah.
this guy spawns and he's level 4. But if we did wolves and then gromp, and then we show up to this fight, then it's fine to leave blue up because it's what doesn't matter. Our wolves and gromp are cycled together. When this guy spawns,
Yeah.
and also the word cycle I haven't is means that like right after one camp spawn, the other camp is close to spawning. So, for example,
Yeah.
wolves and grump are cycled. What does that mean? Grump will spawn around 10 seconds after wolf spawn, right? Raptors
Okay.
and Krugs
Yeah.
are cycled. That means Raptors will spawn around 10 seconds after Krug spawn, etc., right?
Yeah.
Now, those are the most basic and simple and consistent ones to know. Just those three. Just a straight line, um, wolves and Krugs and Raptor. I mean, actually, just those two, right? But now
Yeah.
there's like subcategories. Now there's like it's very simple. There's 6 different camps in the game. If we were to do a fucking random number generator, 6 times 6 is fucking I don't know. There's 3,000 different
36.
variations. You could do technically you
Oh.
could do red into wolves, into blue, into raptors, into krugs, into gromp. You could do red gromp wolves. There's like literally like 6,000 different combinations of stuff you can do, right?
Yeah.
But now there's a bunch of minor ones that are still applicable. So in this case, if we open your VOD, your wolves, raptors, you have 4 camps up. These camps are both down for a while. So what could you
Yeah.
do here that was is very like the best thing to do is you do wolves, raptors, red krugs, base, and then you're gonna open and you're gonna very calmly do gromp blue, right? And now, even though
Okay.
yes, it's like, oh my god, our Grump and Wolves are desynced, and it sounds like terrible. It's fine because now your new sync is Wolves is now synced with Raptors and Krugs, and that sounds weird, but it still works the same way. Now your Raptors will spawn 10 seconds after Wolves, and now your Krugs will spawn 10 seconds after Raptors. So that means you could always do Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, gank,
Yeah.
Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, gank, you could do Wolves, Raptors, Krugs, Gank. Wolves, Raptors, Krugs, Gank. You could also do, um, there's different options. Also, a lot of things you could base and just do Krugs, Raptors, leave the Wolves up, and after Raptors gank top, gank mid, and then once you recall, and then you open to your Wolves, and by then your Grump is respawned, and now you've quote unquote fixed it, where now your Wolves and Grump are synced again, and your Raptors and Krugs have always been synced, right? It's a lot of times if you break a cycle, it's very common that you'll be able to fix it in the future. And a lot of times players over Like they become too narrow-minded. Oh, sorry, tunnel visioned, and they only do their wolves with their gromp, and they only do the raptors and the krugs. But it's completely fine to break it because you're almost always going to be able to fix it in the future, and it's not worth to skip a camp um, with the mentality of cycling because um, every time you cycle a camp, the reason why cycling is good is you're in the future you're getting like 0.3 camp extra value, right? So if you do this
Yeah.
consistently and you do 20 camps in a game, you're gonna get like 7 extra camps in total, right? Imaginary camps. But if you're skipping camps to do this, then I mean obviously one camp is worth more than 0.3 camps, you know? So that's why it's almost never
Yeah.
worth it to skip a camp for a cycle. You only do the cycle when it's like super convenient and there's no downside. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So in this case, doing because here you said, oh, I should have just skipped my wolves and done my top side. That is like not necessary, you know. Um,
Mhm.
so here we full clear up. Here's actually where I thought the mistake you did here was actually skipping your raptors to go for your red. Because here, we just want to do straight lines. Here this is our own version of a straight line. Boom, straight line. So in this case, we do wolves, raptors, red krugs. Then after krugs, we base, and then we're gonna open to blue gromp like this. Boom. And you see how there's
Yeah.
no walking back and forth. You're not missing any walking speed, right? Because if we compare this straight line, you're not walking back and forth. You do this, and then we do this, right? It's
Yeah.
straight. And then, but now if we do what you did, there's extra walking time, right?
Yeah.
Because this is there's two different times where you're walking. Um, it's just extra, you know, it's just slower. Um,
Okay.
so that's why it's kind of jungle is just the rule of straight line. If you can make all these fake artificial lines where you could do you open base, skip your krugs, and do raptors, wolves, ground. It's acceptable. A straight line. You do boom, and then skip your Krugs, gank bot, that's fine. You want to do this where we do Krugs, Raptors, Wolves, and after this we gank mid or we gank top or we invade, that's fine too. Um, it's just anytime we could do straight line into an active play, straight line into an active play. We don't want to
Okay.
do like this. I actually think this is fine too. That's another aspect. Again, there's a lot of things to it. So before we talked about how level 3 you'll do Wolves, Gromp, and skip your blue to keep them cycled. Another variation that is you can do the opposite is where you can do red Krugs Raptors, skip your Wolves Gromp, do blue, and then go to an active play. And then when you reset, your Wolves and Gromp never died. So when you kill them, they'll still be cycled together because you're still gonna kill them at this similar timing. You know, so you could cycle the camps by ignoring blue and killing the two minor camps together, or you could cycle them
Yeah.
by ignoring them and killing the major camp, like the major buff, and then leaving them up for a future time. So, but again, all these things go around like the fluidity of we just don't want to have wasted walking speed going boom 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 and then or going you know boom 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 like it's all about the straight lines and it sounds like I don't know, it sounds maybe it sounds funny it just that's just how it is like to me this is like this looks to me so odd walking you never want to be in a position where you're walking past a camp because
Yeah.
it just looks weird right because we do red and then we do
Okay.
krugs and now we're doing raptors and also because remember how before I said that we're still getting an artificial cycle because let's say we kill wolves at 1 minute, so it respawns at 3:15, and then we do
Okay.
raptors. That means raptors spawn at 3:30. So these camps are still spawning, 10 seconds or 15 seconds from each other. So on the next clear, when we show up here at, 2 minutes later, we could still do wolves into raptors. But what you did here is what you did wolves, then you did red buff, then you did krugs, then you did raptors. Now your wolves and raptors are like 30 seconds ahead desync. So what you're gonna do on the next clears, next time you base, you go to Gromp, then Wolves, and now you walk here, and your Raptors aren't up yet. Now you have to go to Krugs, and then to Raptors because of what you did before. So you see how you're just by doing what you did here, you're messing up your future cycle because now your Wolves and
Okay.
Raptors
Yeah.
are no longer synced together. See this?
Yeah.
Now you just synced your Wolves with your Krugs, but that's like so much extra walking speed, you know?
Yeah.
Here it'd be even acceptable to just skip red buff if you wanted to do. If you wanted, you could do wolves, raptors, krugs, and then red buff, and now you're syncing all three of these camps together very smoothly. Because then raptors gonna spawn
So
10 seconds after wolves, and this is gonna spawn 10 seconds after raptors.
my question is, so
Hmm.
either mainly what I mean, obviously you said there's a lot of
It's
variations and
yeah, it's a
stuff,
lot.
but
Yeah.
the basic concepts I'm getting is pretty much if you can do red last, or sorry, if you can do your buff last unless there's an active play going on, so you can sync up all your camps together, or just skip red if there, is an active,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Or you know what I mean, just like skip your buff if there's an active play. Okay.
Yeah, and I'd say the second biggest thing to take away is the straight line, because here it's completely. I actually my preferred line here wouldn't be to skip red. I would do wolves, raptors, red, krugs, which is not skipping it. I'm still technically you're still because again the cycle thing is only you only have to be super like anal about it in the first 3 to 4 clears. It's not
Okay.
um the most important thing is efficiency, which is not walking. If we had a choice of what would I rather do, cycle the camps together or avoid extra walking speed, my number one priority is avoid extra walking because extra walking is simply more time wasted. Number two,
Okay.
then if there's no extra walking, and then I have a choice um, um, to cycle, then I would cycle. That's why it's way more common to do Wolves Grand Blue than to do Raptors Krugs Red. It's because this Raptors Krugs Red forces you to walk past the red buff, right? Because then you have to walk back to the red buff, which is extra walking speed. While doing Wolves Gromp Blue, the blue and the Krugs, there is no wall disconnecting blue and Gromp. You don't have to walk around the wall. Well, in this case, you have to walk around the wall to hit the camp, right? So
Yeah.
I'm way more open to doing like Wolves Gromp Blue than I would be doing Raptors Krugs Red because that's why with the red buff, it's way better to just stick with the
Take
mentality
it.
of straight line, just straight line it. Raptors, Krugs, boom, just straight line it, because this extra walking
Okay.
speed is annoying. So yeah, the two things would be don't be scared to do the camp blast. Actually, I'll have that as number two. The first one is the rule of the straight line. Number two is if you aren't walking, if you're already in that line and you're not walking, wasting extra movement, then cycle your camps. Sounds good.
Okay.
And do your camp and do
Yeah.
the buff last. And I know it's a lot of info, and you don't have to remember all of it like to death. It's just about the miners' efficiencies. Um,
Okay. Yeah.
the more important thing is we always just want the easiest TLDR is we want camps that are spawning next to each other to spawn um, close to each other in the time frame. So in this case, wolves and raptors are close, wolves and krugs are not close. So we want wolves and raptors to spawn as close to each other as similar timing as possible, right? I would never
Okay.
want
Yeah.
my wolves to spawn. I never want my raptors to spawn 40 seconds after wolves. I want it to spawn 10 seconds after wolves, 15 seconds after wolves. In this case, by you doing wolves, red, krugs, now your raptors are going to spawn a full minute after your wolf spawn. Same way how we want
Yeah.
our krugs to spawn next similar timing to our raptors. Same way how we want our wolves to spawn same time to our gromp. Um, we we don't really care about Krugs and Grump spawning at a time from each other. That's like super irrelevant. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we show up to this fight. The fight's already basically already won. Town did all the heavy work. Here you're chasing this guy. Here you actually, I think if you smited like instantly for the slow, maybe we could chase him down. But again, anytime
Yeah.
it's what I said earlier. Um, I think here I mute my mic to tell you just go hit the grubs. Because same thing with the
Yeah. Yeah.
dragon. Anytime there's a free objective, just take the free objective. Very simple here. I see the enemy jungle is dead. That's a guaranteed objective. First of all, number advantage again. We have three people top side, top, mid, jungle. They only have two, just our top mid laner. So we have a guaranteed objective off that. Plus, it's their jungler, so it's even more guaranteed than usual because they have no smite. So anytime you have a
Yeah.
free objective, just go get it. Don't have to overcomplicate. Don't have to chase. Don't have to do this. Don't have to do that. Just get the free objective. Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. Here, I thought it was strange that Scuttle's up right there and you're ignoring it. It's kind of not as big as a deal as the dragon, but anytime there's a free camp right next to you, no reason not to do it, right?
Yeah. Okay.
uh,
Okay.
sorry, 1 second. I'm back.
Welcome
Sorry.
back.
Yeah.
You were
So
good.
we go back to our full clear. I think this is a map awareness moment. I think easy way for map awareness is anytime I want. Okay, I want you to look at the map constantly. Obviously,
Yeah.
like preferred world. I know it's not like super realistic. So to simplify it, I always say this a lot. It's one of my favorite things. Is I always say people. I told you before, but imagine there's an imaginary line going through the
Yeah.
map like this. Anytime someone's past this line, they are most likely gankable. Um, Especially if they're playing a champ that's immobile. Obviously, if you have LeBlanc here, but she has her two dashes, then she's probably still not very gankable, right? But
Yeah.
if you have an immobile champion past this line, like a Jinx or a Caitlyn or an Ashe, um, then they're probably gankable. So I'm not saying someone passes this line and instantly skip your camp and go look. I mean, sorry, go walk. But I see an icon like an AD carry who's immobile. Caitlyn dash is kind of fake, you know. At the very
Yeah.
least, want to pan my camera and see, ooh, what's going on? Is she low? Is she pushing? Like, what's the vibe? Because here I see, if you look at the map, look how aggressive Killing is. She's literally hitting your tower. This is like very, very over aggressive. And same with Morgana. Morgana's also like an immobile mage. She has no dashes. She has no speed ups, right? So
Yeah.
your bot ended up killing them 2v2, but your bot lane could have very well died 2v2. If we run this game 1,000 times, like why can't their bot lane kill your bot lane, right? Why is it guaranteed that your bot lane wins? But and then if that happens, I would say it's your fault because we could have very easily, while doing Gromp, pan our camera, saw what was going on, and get like even here, look, Zed himself noticed that bot lane was fighting, and he went and came. I think you could have been the one very easily coming and counter ganking this, and instead of Zed killing Xerath, maybe Xerath lives. Maybe we kill the Zed. Maybe we kill Morgana. These are very. I know these are what ifs, but they're very, very realistic what ifs. And it's not like
Yeah.
I want you to just randomly go to lanes and hope something happens. This isn't. It's not random. It's we are looking at the mini map while doing our camps. We notice people are past this imaginary line, and we simply start walk. We simply look. No, see, can I gank? Can I not gank? Are they low? Are they healthy? Do I think it's possible? If you think it's not possible, then don't go. I'm not saying if they're past the line they must be gankable, right? But at the very least,
Yeah.
we should. It's worth our attention to pan over and look. In that case, I mean, you just saw I haven't skimmed through it all. We haven't looked at bot lane once in the last 40 seconds. And they're literally fighting to the death, apparently, you know? They killed Caitlyn, Zed showed up, Zed killed Xerath. Like, that's a lot of fighting. And we had no
Yeah.
idea. I don't think you saw Zed once, that entire exchange, you know?
Hmm.
Um, so that makes sense? That's just a one. If we like, super, uh, investigated this game, or sorry, dissected this game, I could probably show you multiple other examples of fighting that you could have showed up to, but I'm just gonna, you know, that's not worth to show 20 different examples. It's just even one or twice or three times is enough to prove the point, you know?
Yeah.
But this thing, you could say the same thing here. Um, there, it's not about showing up, but the tracking thing. Zed can't just. There's no champ in the game that can kill all six camps, gank, recall, gank, recall, kill all six. Like you can't. There's only so much free time in League. You can't kill six camps and gank, and then kill six camps again, and then gank. Like it's not. You don't have enough time. Like camps take too long to kill, right? There's not too much walking time. So if this guy
Yeah.
just ganked bot, based, and then we see him in the second gank top lane, there's a really,
His
really
bottom
good
camps.
chance he's probably skipped a camp or two to get these ganks off, right? I doubt he's clearing these camps so fast that he's able to be everywhere, right? And if we press tab
Yeah.
here, we know this is guaranteed because if you have 88 CS here, you don't press tab. I'm pretty sure he has like 72 or something. The point is you're up camps, right? So
Yeah.
in this case, um, your instinct is obvious from your thing. Your instinct after Raptors here is, oh, I'm gonna go my Wolves. Your Wolves aren't even up, and your instinct is to walk toward them. You see that? Because if your instinct was
Yeah.
to, like right here, you should instantly notice that Zed's killing top, and your pathing shouldn't be this. Your pathing should be this. Alright, it's easier to see on this thing. Your pathing should be
Yeah. Just going down.
boom, boom, right? And if you're ganking ball in, this is still better because you're like this. If you're invading, like this. What you did is you did this. You did, oh shit, And again, this is just extra walking time,
Yeah.
So and it's not about it's that shows just like a clear like again I you could call it tracking, you could call it map awareness. It's some sort of failure in that sense, you know.
Yeah.
Because right now again and also another thing is anytime you see the jungle on the other side of the map, our eyes should dart to our side of the map. What does that mean? If Zed's here, it is impossible. Like normally, let's say each lane is a 33% chance gank. 33% chance you gank top, 33% chance you gank mid, 33% chance you gank bot, correct?
Yeah.
If you see him gank top lane and get a kill, the numbers change. Now, it's not 50-50, even then. The numbers are actually like 70-30. The reason is, what's more appealing? To gank mid and potentially have a 2v2, because technically Zed can still come, or a gank bot. The gank bot
And
will
have a
always be more
32.
appealing because you have guaranteed number advantage. Their jungle cannot show up no matter what. So if you were to gank a bot lane 1,000 times randomly, jungle's there, jungle's not there, mid's not there, it's a 50-50, right? This
Yeah.
case, if you gank bot lane, it's not 50-50. It's it's 70-30 because you have a guaranteed number advantage. So any play bot side, Krugs, Red, Dive, Gank is right now, knowing he's top lane, this is way, way, way more attractive than any other time in the game. Like ganking bot lane right
Okay.
now or forcing a bot play is so much more attractive than forcing it like now when we have no info. Where's the mid laner? Where's the jungler? We have no idea what anyone is, so we would never want to just blindly force a bot play because it's again it's a flip. Maybe someone shows up, right?
Yeah. Okay.
But in this case, what was it? I forget what it was. Anyway, in this case, it's not a flip. I want I want any excuse to force a bot play, invade, gank, anything. But to force bot play, we need to look and see what's happening. Is Kaylin 1 HP? Is she full HP? Because let's say we look bot lane and Kaylin's like 20% HP randomly. I don't know why. She got hit by Xerath poke or Ezreal poke. You know what we're doing? We're diving bot no matter what. We're going the aggressive route. We're going in the jungle. We're eating over the Krug wall. We're sitting in this Krug bush. And once they get the Swaven, we're just Q ulting this Kaylin under tower and she's dying. You know? But you
Yeah.
don't pencil. I have no idea what's her HP, what's her mana. Is she looking to base unit? This entire 20-second sequence that Zed's been top, we have not looked bot once. This is our first time looking bot, and we did it when their bot lane was Fog of War, and we still haven't seen their HP. You know. Another thing is again we're sitting here. Why would I ever want to sit here instead of sitting here or here or here or in this bush or tri bush? There's like 5 different bushes we can sit at in their jungle, and
Yeah.
they're all no risk because we saw their jungle top. So it's not like someone's gonna come kill us. You know.
Yeah.
And we also have sweeper. So even if you are scared that like there's wards, you'll just sweeper and you'll see no one sees you, and you'll just walk in with no risk. In this case, um, I know here you when you hit this squire, you didn't see you saw the raptor is down. But then here in a second, you see that the raptor is actually respawning. When is it? Uh, oh here, it's raptor spawning in
Yeah.
8, 7. So when you see this, instead of just sitting in this bush for
I
however
should
long.
go to them.
You could literally start them on one. Again, he can't be there in time. We saw him topside. So why would we not? Again,
Yeah.
any excuse spot, invade, fight, gang. I don't care what it is. There's no, like there's nothing bot side that we don't want to do. Because in this case, what you end up doing is you literally just stand in this bush for 20 seconds, literally doing nothing. You know,
Yeah.
even sitting, you have to understand, even sitting here is better. Because remember that pike thing where you're like, I told you, it doesn't matter if they see you walking into the bush, because the
I'm.
pressure of you
Yeah.
being in the
Correct me.
bush is
Yeah.
same thing here. If these guys see you on a ward, these guys are gonna be terrified. Like right now, they're walking up and just still CSing, they're still getting XP. If they know that Graves not in the ward, they are sitting under tower, terrified, because they know, oh shit, if we walk up, Graves will gank us. So even just them seeing you here is forcing them to miss golden XP. So they're simply
Yeah.
slowly bleeding out. So no matter what, you're guaranteed advantage here. If you walk here and you sleeper and there's no ward, sick. Now you have a flank angle, and you're closer to the red or raptors, whatever you want to do. And if they do see you, then sit. We're gonna clear the wards. So then they're still scared, and
Yeah.
and you get the idea. So you see how like there's really no bright side to being here instead of here or here or here or here or any of these 5 bushes in the jungle. You know, make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. It does.
Because this looked funny. Like we literally we unironically sat in this bush for 30 seconds. After 30 seconds sitting in this bush, I think you walked out
Enter
here.
my drum.
Yeah, you walked out here. Finally, you walked out here and sleepered, I think. And now you're like, okay. Let me kill this ward. Oh shit, Zed's here. Okay, I'm out. Peace, guys. You know, you saw Zed gang top lane, and you did this. You gave him so much time. This guy ganked top lane, got a kill, and then ran all the way to Tribush, saw you, and then said, "Okay, I'm out. I'm gonna go back to my Gromp." You know, we didn't. We could have taken
Yeah.
his Raptors. We could have ganked bot lane. If
Uh,
if you really wanted to, you could have based for an extra long sword, but we kind of just did nothing. Which again, technically, doing nothing is not bad because you're not losing to yourself. But if this is also, there's no way you can watch this and tell me that this looks good to you. You know. And then
no.
now your bot lane starts fighting. You hovered them for 30 seconds. No fighting happened. The second you go to hit your camps, fighting happened and you weren't there because you weren't watching
Yeah.
the map. You know that doesn't that seem sad? Um,
Yeah.
yeah. So and then our first gank of the game, we eat a Morgana Q and get one shot. And this is our. It's been 13 minutes. This is our first practice play of the game. Was just running into Morgana Q with flash up and dash up and getting one shot. Um,
Yeah.
so and your teammates happen to smurf it. God bless. But it's definitely not a favorable sequence for us. You know.
No.
Oh, let me press tab here. I mean, pause me, press tab here. So yeah, I can show you the CS you have. Yeah. So Iniga's both 94. Um, the way to tell is jungle. You have 6. He has 8. So you're up 2 camps on him.
Yeah.
The rest of it is from minions.
Minions.
Yeah. Okay. Here we full cleared down, and then Zed died, and Zed dies, and you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna instantly start the free objective. Wonderful. Now we're gonna clear upwards. In here, I don't think there's anything to really base for, because it's like it's one of those things where you have full conditions. Your flash up, ult up, smite up, full HP. If you had like collector here, like a full item, then yeah, of course, base. It's such a big item, we want to get it. But pickaxe is
Yeah.
like it's not nothing, but it's definitely like it's okay. I'll put it this way: if you had half HP, no ult, then I would happily base for pickaxe because you're in a position where you don't even want to force a fight. So why not spend that time to base, get item, and then when you come off map, your ult's back up, you're full HP, and now we click the fight, you know? But I think because your conditions are
Yeah.
so good, double buffs, full HP, all your flat ults up, all your spells are up. This is not the moment to do nothing. This is the moment where we want to again force plays, be on the map, even something as simple as taking the mid wave right now. Because right now there's an entire minion wave just dying to the tower, and we could be stopping Orion from hitting tower, and we could just be getting free golden XP. So here I guess you realized, but it's all about the like intent, and your intent to base there from the start is bad, right?
Yeah.
And this is a perfect example. If you completed your base and didn't come here, Diana Rek'Sai wouldn't have died. Diana would have died earlier. Zed wouldn't have died. Like these are actually perfect cause and effect. You happen to look at your map while you're recalling. You saw midwave was dying. You came to get it. As your midwave, you realize, oh, there's a fight. If you never looked at them, like I've shown you multiple examples this game of things you didn't like, bad things that happened from you not looking in the map. This is the first example of a good things that happened because you looked at the map. Because you looked at the map, you killed 2
Yay.
people, and Diana still died, but it's still 2 for 1, which is obviously a very favorable trade for us, right?
Yeah.
So it's good. We have a cause and effect of when you don't look at the map. We have a cause and effect of when you do look at the map, and it looks like a very obvious cause and effect. It's not luck based. It's like very results accurate. You know. In
Yeah.
this case, I think this is another example of free objective. Um, their top laner is dead. Their jungle is dead. Their mid, even though she's 1 HP, so she's effectively dead because she can't come to the hero fight to stop you, because if she comes, she'll
He'll
die,
die.
right? So this is obviously the first dragon. You didn't want to do it even though it was free. Um, this herald you could have killed it right now, um, and instead it stays up, right?
Yeah, I think that's what me and you said here. I
hmm
was like,
And
oh, I should
it's
have Herald
uh,
tonight.
and it
Yeah, it's
sucks
like,
here because now
yeah.
you base for item, which makes sense. But now the worry is, what if Zed starts it right now? Like Zed starts Herald right now, like you won't see him on this war because he could just W over this wall, right? Now for some
Yeah.
reason you're giving this guy a free objective, and you're so ahead it's actually a bounty too, so it's like double bad, right? Because in my head, when you're this
Yeah.
fed, there's never any universe that you should be giving up any objective. Not a dragon, not a herald, not a tower, nothing, you know? And I think this
Yeah.
entire time, this guy could have been herald this entire time, and he would have killed it by now. And we just give a free objective um, for no reason, right? So it
Yeah.
didn't happen, but it's something to keep track of. Even now we do Krugs, and I think right now start herald again. Your 2 items, your Diana's with you, Rek'Sai's dead. I forget if you started here. No, you didn't. Here, I say go Herald, and you're look what you're thinking about. You're thinking about you want to go from Krugs to Garomp. You're doing a cross country, fucking a marathon here, right? Their top laner's dead. My Diana's here. I'm here. My Zerath's here. I see Caitlyn bot lane. Uh, what's stopping us from doing Herald? Yes, Zed can come, but in my head, your two items. Like if you're not confident in a fight, I don't know. I don't know when you'll ever be confident in a fight. You know.
Yeah.
I don't mind you going Herald. Like if you're walking to Herald, and as you're walking to Herald, you see mid fight, and then you go to this mid fight. That's fine. But the problem here, it's all about the intent, and your intent was not to walk to mid. Your intent was to walk to Gromp. You know. Um. So boom, we ult this guy, and boom, we kill this guy. Same thing as before. Why not go Herald? Mid laners traded, so their mid's dead, my mid's dead. But your full HP, Zed's quarter HP. So if you start
Yeah.
Herald here, so you guys are even numbers. There's 4 people alive on your team, 4 people alive on their team. So it's even numbers. But it's fake. Even though it's 44, it's like 4v 3.5 because this guy's only worth half a champion. He has no flash, no
Yeah.
ult. This guy cannot team fight versus us. He will get wiped. So we get this tower. Boom. Go Herald. There's nothing he can do to stop us. Agreed.
Yeah.
Um, but you even kill him here, and same thing. Boom. Let's go Herald. Even though your 1 HP doesn't matter, you have fleet, you
This
have
is
jungle
dead.
pet, you'll heal up. So here you go to your um Gromp and
Gromp and
Wolves,
then
but again, their mid's dead, their jungle is dead. Why not just go and start Herald? Who's gonna stop us? We see their
yeah. Okay.
support. These two are dead. I think we saw Caitlyn bot like 10 seconds ago. Um, I think Rek'Sai's there, but he's 1-7. If we see him come, we could just leave. Or
Yeah.
we were able to ping. We could tell our Ezreal to come help or our Xerath to come help, and now we're 2v1. And also, look at your HP. Off one camp, you're already like 60%. We have red buff. We have fleet. Jungles have crazy lifesteal. So the same way how you healed off these two camps, you would have healed off the Herald. So you see how you're literally full. Even right now, you're full HP. You could even right now still go in Herald, right? All 5 teammates are
Yeah.
alive. You're full HP. Your ult's back up soon. You're obviously really strong. I think they just respawned as well, so it's not like they've been up for a while. Yeah, Zed just respawned 5 seconds ago. So if you run there right now, he still won't. You're still there first, right? Um,
Yeah.
so again, free objective. Why not do it? Instead, we base here for a quiver. Same logic as the pickaxe. Like, yeah, it's not useless, but it's definitely not like some game-winning item that's gonna uh guarantee you this Herald fight. You know?
Yeah.
Because here you said that your team loves doing objectives without you. I wouldn't say that. I would say that you hate doing objectives and your
Oh
team.
no, 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 no.
No, you said
I
you
said
said
that
yeah,
during Otacon.
yeah, but you said that you said your team loves it, meaning like it's happened multiple times, and this is like the first time,
Oh
right?
yeah.
But this one's like I wouldn't say this is your team loves doing without you. I'd say you hate doing them, and your team is like, bro, what is my jungle doing? Let me pull this objective, you know. Uh,
Yeah.
so another thing here is when you're this fed, I want you to be at every objective when it spawns. Dragon spawns 25 seconds. I'm there 25 seconds. When you're if you do Krugs right now, you will not be there when it spawns. You know.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah.
another thing about mid game, um, in mid game, junglers are glorified babysitters, right? What's more important? So yeah, Krugs in red gives you like 200 gold. Let's say Imaginary Land. Let's say for some reason it gives you 350 gold. It doesn't, but let's say it literally you double the gold of what it does gives you, and let's say it gives you 350. What would you prefer going into this dragon fight? To be 350 gold richer, let's say a longsword richer, or and your teammate died, or not have the
That's
longsword,
my
but your
teammate.
teammate's alive, right? It's always have the teammate. So my concern
Yeah.
here, because we don't have control of our teammates, my concern is while you're doing Krugs and red, and you see your entire team is inside the enemy, like in enemy lines, like they are pretty far up. I'm
I want to
terrified
hover them.
that they will die, and then while they're dead, the enemy team will pull this dragon. And even though we have this extra Krug and this extra red buff, number of advantage is so OP that we won't win the dragon fight, you know? So a lot
Yeah.
of times that doesn't mean skip every camp and just follow our teammates like a dog, but you want to kill camps in vicinity
The general.
of our
Yeah.
teammates, you know?
Vicinity.
Like so in relative vicinity. Or if they're all in here, fuck it. If they're all in the jungle, then I'll be the AD carry. I'll kill the mid wave. And I'm still getting golden XP. It's not like you're starving yourself. You're still always keeping golden XP up. But at least
Yeah.
you're in the area. If there's a fight, you'll be there, right? Or in this case, let's say
Yeah.
I know your blue's down. Let's say your blue is up. I am completely fine with you skipping red Krugs and being on blue. Because with blue,
Okay.
you're still somewhat nearby. If you're on Krugs, bro, you are never making it to this fight in a million years. Agreed?
Yeah.
So we were kind of glorified babysitters, and we just look for any excuse to farm camps on the way to our teammates. You know,
Okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Um, and I think at this point
Indeed.
the VOD's just kind of done. Now we're just going objectives. Again, here after Dragon, I just pull Otacon with my teammate. If anything, actually, like, if Dino wants us to do this, or I guess Ezreal, I'm just doing this with them.
Okay.
Don't need to go. Again, glorified babysitter. Like I'm terrified enough. If Ezreal dies right now going for bot wave, then they can do Otacon, right? And that's like their way back in the game. I see my teammates pimping Otacon. I'm not hitting Grump. I'm gonna go hit Otacon with them. You know.
Yeah.
Because right now, boom, you see Xerath fighting in the jungle. I'm terrified. Zed kills Xerath. Ezreal and Talon lose half their HP to Otacon. If you look at Talon's HP on the icon, look, he's like quarter HP. So Talon's quarter HP. Zed comes. It's funny. You could tell you just notice your team is doing it, which just shows how poor your map awareness is. You see, like,
Yeah.
because you can tell from how you just jittered on the map, like, oh shit, they're on Otacon. That should not. There's no world where your team's on objective and you don't know about it. That just means
Yeah.
you're focusing way too much on killing the camp,
On farming.
which
Yeah.
is normal when you're starting jungle because you're still like I'm able to farm camps autopilot. Like I don't even have to think about it and I'll do it well because I've just done it thousands of times. And obviously you're still new, so
Yeah.
it makes sense that you're still like it takes you so much mental energy to farm the camp efficiently. But obviously the more you play, hopefully that will go away and you'll be able to allocate more mental energy to more important subjects, right?
Yeah.
And I think now this VOD's pretty over. Any other questions you had for this game or just jungle theory in general? Because I want let's TLDR the stuff we went over, right? I would say map awareness is a really big one, right?
Yep.
Always look at the map, seeing what's going on. The cycling the camps, Raptors to Krugs, Wolves to Gromp, do the buff last, and emphasis on straight lines, just not walking back and forth, just having efficient pathing.
Yeah.
Mechanics are good. I had no complaints over mechanics. Maybe I should have paid more attention to them. But you're also a part of such little amount of fights that it was, you know, you're mostly on camps this game. And then I think the big one is objectives. Anytime you have a free objective to do them, there's I have to tell you to do dragon, and then I have to tell you to do the herald, and then obviously in the Otacon
Yeah.
example, you had no idea your team was even on Otacon. So those are the three main ones: map awareness, pathing, and then objectives, which is half of the objective is the map awareness. The other half is identifying your advantage, which is like the number advantage. Oh, their jungle's dead. I should do dragon. Or oh, their jungle's dead. I should do herald. Stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
Anything else you had questions about, or you had thoughts of from this session?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, sounds